Gender equality issues touch each and every one of us. Are we really equal in our everyday lives? European Commission reports show that there's still a lot to do. The employment rate for women is rising, but it's still less than the employment rate for men. However, women make up the majority among university graduates. 60% of new university graduates are women. In 2009, almost 36% of women, where almost 29% of men aged between 30 and 34 had successfully completed a university education. Women are paid approximately 17% less than men per working hour. Political and economic decision-making still involves fewer women today. In parliaments across the EU, women representatives have increased over the past decade from around 16% in 1997 to approximately a quarter of the seats on average in 2008, which is about an increase of less than 1 percentage point per year. In the European Parliament, women hold 35% of the seats. Across large company boards within the EU, nearly 97% of chairpersons and 88% of members are men. Women are appearing, but painfully slowly. If progress continues at this pace, it will take at least another 50 years before corporate boardrooms have 40% of women. Another important fact is that, to date, all the central banks of EU member states have only ever been governed by men. Women and men still do not equally share duties in family life. On top of this, the danger for poverty is more common in women's lives than it is for men. The rate for women at risk of poverty in 2007 stood at 17% compared to men's 15%. The European Institute for Gender Equality came about to provide deeper insight into these issues, these inequalities, to fight discrimination based on sex, and to promote gender equality. The Institute is the first EU agency of its kind and the first to also be established in Lithuania, in its capital Vilnius. And I consider especially good that such an institute was created in Lithuania, because it will have an influence not just in Europe but especially in Lithuania, and I think that we Lithuanians should move towards standards of equality as fast as we can. The European Institute for Gender Equality is an independent EU agency on course to becoming a centre of excellence for gender equality matters in Europe.
If you are a father, you should be more occupied on the career and development of your life. If you are a mother, then of course your life is to take care of the children, and that means that it's much less possibilities for developing your potential. So EIGE as an institute, of course, works with the potential, the possibilities, all opportunities of men and women to be developing equal.
For the purposes of achieving its tasks and goals, a set of main bodies support the Institute. They're made up of a management board, which is its decision-making body, an experts forum, acting as an advisory or a consultative body, and by its director, who carries out its tasks along with her staff. The management board has 18 representatives from the EU member states and 1 member from the European Commission. It operates on a rotation basis, in that members from all 27 states are present over a 3-year period, which ensures that everyone gets a say whilst operating as efficiently as possible. There are also an equal number of alternate members. The Experts Forum is the Institute's advisory body. Its principal function is to provide expert knowledge in the field of gender equality. It is composed of members from competent bodies specialized in gender equality issues from every member state of the European Union. 3 members are appointed by the European Commission and 2 members are appointed by the European Parliament. The Institute will collect tools and methods for institutions and other actors to be used for improving gender equality across society. Advocating for a systematic approach to the gender mainstreaming strategy, the Institute will map the existing policies on gender mainstreaming, and it will also review successful approaches and challenges encountered by its main stakeholders.
Das hilft uns dann in Deutschland
This helps us in implementing the More Men in Early Learning program more smoothly in Germany. In this way, we avoid repeating mistakes. So when we adopt this know-how from Norway or Sweden in attracting more men into early learning, at the same time Spain or Portugal can use Germany's experience in coping with violence against women. The sharing of good practices helps us to not only avoid mistakes, but to also positively influence the legislations of every EU member state. This is attributed to the fact that laws implemented in different countries after the sharing of gender equality experiences will be oriented in the same manner across the entire EU. The Institute will help countries which hold the EU presidency to draw up reports on the progress of gender equality in member states. It will continue to develop a concept for a gender equality index, effectively designed to assess equality between women and men in a variety of domains which affect our daily lives as Europeans. The index will help to monitor gender equality based on a common set of indicators. The usefulness of an index of this kind can be explained mainly because there is a need of identifying relative successes and none in promoting gender equality and in monitoring progress over time. A part of the Institute's work will focus on the complex task of identifying and breaking gender stereotypes and making the positive examples of women and men who challenge gender norms visible. The Institute will invite researchers and experts to share the newest data and to make recommendations. For the benefit of creating a useful system for collecting, processing and communicating good practices in Europe, the Institute has set up a stock of research and good practices from member states and local authorities, as well as earmarking the most effective channels used in communicating this information. Making equality between women and men a reality for all Europeans and beyond is the vision of the European Institute for Gender Equality.